Hello and welcome to my review of the US-5 Kriega dry pack. Let's go over the website first and give you all the special visual specs. So there you can see it's quite a flexible item. Use it as a back of the bike, even there as a tank bag with the special kit, which I do have. And so they're saying it's made out of Cordura, 100% waterproof. And specifically, I was just having a look here, and there's a type of Cordura here, 420, it's light fabric, water repellent coating, and gives long-term durability. Yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons, I think, to actually go and consider this. I think it's a very durable product. I'll put the weights on the screen. Officially, if I remember correctly, the Kriega said this is 300 grams, but when I weighed it, it was a fair bit more. And I think they actually weigh it without the straps, and these straps are always going to be there when you're using it. So I think that's a bit of a, I think that's one thing to keep in mind. Whenever you go, you're always going to have these straps in, but it's also to get these straps on and off is quite the pain. Which is why I tend to leave them in most of the time. As I can take it, hook it into the side, put it onto just there, as you can see. It's relatively easy, and there I can tighten it up from the top and make it and have myself a little grab handle even if I'm going somewhere. One of the cool things I think you can that I have done is take it, put a belt through there, and then put another part of the belt through that point of the back, and actually just have it as just a little bag when I'm going somewhere, which is why I've also left in my little carabiner. So yeah, it is a really great bag. It is waterproof, and so when you do get it, this is what you'll get. I really like that it's got a little zip in the front. It's quite handy. It'll hold a hand. Help! No. Yeah, and so, I mean, what kind of things would I typically put into a tank bag? Well, I've got my little buff, so I think a spare one is always important. I've got my spare glasses. Always, you never know when something's going to happen. And there's the little prescription ones. Let's have a look. Yep, and these are my prescription sunglasses. It's essential on a nice sunny day. Yeah. Kriega's so bright I've got to wear shades. There's that. I've got my little torch. You never know when you go. It's a little gift from Supreme Coat, so thank you very much for that. It's got a little torch in the front to the side. So even just stopping something down in an emergency goes on. I've also got my little Supreme Coat pen. I'm going all out Supreme Coat today, but I've gotten got a little gift bag last time I did my bike, ceramic coated my bike, and like I said, always puts me in good stead. A little pair of earplugs, spare ones, they can go in there. A bit of Vaseline for the lips, always tend to get dry lips. A lot of times when I'm stopping somewhere, always fancy a bit of gum. A sweetie, recharge the old batteries here and there. And just keep headphones, and I always tend to just keep a little baggie whenever I'm travelling. If I have something, I want to go in and get something, or even if I buy something, I can put it inside there. And so if it leaks or anything happens, it doesn't damage other things. But I do put my wallet, my phone, other bits and bobs in there. And as you can see, it's not overstuffed. There's plenty of space in there, and it's still very, very nice. And if I have got more, what I really liked is that they actually have this back section here. So if I have got something, I can just take and I can put in there, and that's brilliant. We need more of this Kriega. We need more of this in more places, and even in a lot of the other products like the Pocket XL. So if the Pocket had something like that on top, well, you couldn't have it at the back. So I'm storing my Brownie Lion Bar there. But if I had something at the front similar to that, it would be fantastic. And also if I had some more places to clip on things onto this, that would make all the difference. I could actually do even more with it. So yeah, I know it's a lot of money at the price it is, but like I said, it's the flexibility and the things it can give you, rather than being just a straight normal dry bag. There is a lot more to it, and I think that's the benefit of getting something like this. See, But there is no organisation. That's one thing I think is important to remember. It's got a zip. It's just got a section here, and this part here as well. It's just basically a big area. There's not it's not really any organisation there, so if you do want to add that in, that's something for yourself. But I did go out and buy from Amazon for just about £10, I think. It was an insert, so you just put the whole thing inside, and it did give me some organisation, so that's an option for those who need it. Yeah, and this is also my tank bag. There's a little section that comes under it, and you put the part onto the tank bag, and then these clips just come in, clip into the actual strap that goes onto the bike, and there you've got a tank bag. I like that this is part here, this is like a rubbery mesh, and it's quite sticky, so it just tends to come on quite well. The only thing I would say is that sometimes if I don't get it tight enough, the ones that are pointing downwards do actually come off, and I have actually had it scratch my tank. So that's one thing to keep in mind, that it has got to be quite tightly put on. It's quite easy to do, but like I said, it has to then be put in and has to be a bit of tension holding that in. Otherwise, if there's not enough, that does get loose, and I have scratched my tank. So that was quite annoying. So that's one thing to think about. I think what mod that I might do at some point is just get some duct tape and actually cover those. So if it does happen again, it's a bit more protection. So if those were, I think even Kriega coming out, the next version, if these were rubberized, that would be amazing. Even a bit of rubber coming out around the end, keeping that in place, so when it does even go in, you're giving that bit of extra protection. So that would be brilliant. And also Kriega, this system is nice, but it can be a bit fiddly. I think something that was intuitive, perhaps even rather than plastic, a metal one, would give me a lot more confidence to actually go and pull on that and be more with it. Because also when you do put something in and you're taking it in, I've only got one hand, so I can't really show you. One second, here we go. See, it doesn't, holding it there triumphantly, it doesn't move. Oh, but I don't want to go pull it too much, so you actually have to lift this part up, and then it will, one sec, wish I had more hands, or thumbs me, well, two of them anyway. Go. So once you're there, you lift it up, and then it does normally move when you put two hands into it, but I think you get the idea. Overall, I think the quality on the bag is very nice. The roll top is actually, I think, a roll top done right. So as you can see, I've got one hand. I've tried doing some on my satchel. That one needs two hands. And here, I can take it, you can see, with one hand, and come on, I'm determined to do this now. Should have had a practice, but there you go. Look, actually going in with one hand, I can do it. Coming in, holding the other hand, and with the other versions where you've got to do in the centre, you can't do it with one hand. And I think that's one of the things to consider. Like, look, one hand, closed it. There you go, bonza. Another thing I think is really cool is actually this top strap, because if I've got something small, maybe a hat or some gloves, I can just temporarily put these on top and sort of keep them in place. So it just gives me another place to hold something. And that's again, I think these things need to be flexible. They need to offer us as many options as possible, whether it's having something to hold at the top, putting this onto a bag, or putting this onto a tank bag, or even around your belt as a waist bag when you get off the bike. These are the kind of things that I think, for me, that I look for. And the more options it can offer me, the more useful it is potentially to me. Yeah, but the main gripe I would say with this is £90, and that includes these straps, and that is a lot of money. And then if you want to go and get the fitting kit for the bike, I believe it's about another £40. I'll put the right price on the screen, and that's another thing again to consider. And so at that price, there's lots of options available, but I think again, for me, I wanted to have a tank bag that wasn't just a tank bag, that did more. And I think this ticks the box. I can take this off, have it as even a little potential walk around bag with my essentials in, just for a couple of hours. Or if I'm getting off the bike, it's easy for me to manage. I don't overpack. And yeah, so I think the size, it's workable, but you can always have more, isn't it? But it's not always necessarily better. But yeah, I do like it. It's not cheap. I think if you're concerned about the price, there's cheaper versions available. But having tried those, I think there was a difference in the quality. One of the things I found that was really good was looking online and looking at things secondhand, and that was quite a good market. And there's quite a few bargains to be had there. But again, thank you for watching. My little Kriega bag. Do you like it? Take care, ride safe, and stay curious. From Kriega.